So, Caleb Williams hasn't even played in a regular season game yet, but the obsession with the first overall pick continues as the News Bears quarterback is already earning praise for the month of August that he had. And when you earn praise in preseason, we naturally feel compelled to parallel you to the outside world and the world outside of football. So, Manti, where do you take us today?
So we do a lot of comparisons here at Good Morning Football, and one of the biggest comparisons we've been making has been Caleb Williams looking a lot like Patrick Mahomes, and rightfully so. But I'm watching this young man do what he does. I'm watching him scramble around and make all of these incredible passes, and I started thinking, wait, he kind of looks like somebody else that I'm familiar with, but I just can't put my finger on it. And then last week, I click on Hard Knocks, and I'm watching him against the Cincinnati Bengals, and I see the mouthpiece. And when I see the mouthpiece at the corner of his mouth, I'm like, yeah, that's it. It's Mr. Night himself. It's Steph Curry. He doesn't put his mouthpiece in his mouth. He's running around during the play. Like Caleb Williams, if you watch on Hard Knocks, he doesn't put the mouthpiece in his mouth. He actually plays the whole entire play with the mouthpiece at the corner of his mouth. He scores the touchdown, and he puts the mouthpiece in after that. And I'm like, that's Steph. And then I think about all the times where he's running around and he's scrambling, he's stepping up in the pocket, he's spinning out, he's extending plays. And I'm like, that's Steph trying to get open. One of Steph's greatest attributes is his ability to get open. He's running down the baseline. He's coming off his screens. He's popping out at the three-point line. He's shooting the three ball. But in all seriousness, the thing that I love the most about Steph is his quiet confidence. He's out there. He's having fun. He's doing his shimmy. He's shooting the three-point ball, and he's turning around towards the fans before the ball even goes in the net. It reminded me a lot about Caleb Williams and his ability to make very difficult things look easy. And that is why, as a Notre Dame guy, this is a lot coming from a Notre Dame guy to talk about a Trojan. Yeah. Caleb Williams.
So you're giving him his respect.
You have my respect, bro. And I wish you nothing but the best in this season and through your career. Continue to be you. Continue to be dominant and have fun. And, once in a while, please put your mouthpiece in. But I like the comparison to Steph Curry.
Good, Manti.
I like that. I like that. I'm like a kid in class. Teacher, I got a question.
Yes, go ahead.
I got a question. Okay. Somebody's got to call on me.
You're
yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead. So, Steph Curry's known for shooting the threes. What will Caleb Williams be known for? What is his, that's his superpower. What's Caleb Williams' superpower?
Do we not see all of the throws that this guy makes?
On the run.
So the play that really stood out for me was in the preseason game against the Bengals, where he steps up in the pocket. He does the Russell Wilson spin where he spins out. He scrambles to his left, and as a right-hand thrower, it is so hard to make that pass where he's while running to his left. He throws a dime to Odunze down the sideline. That is the pass that we've seen. That we look at it, we're like, that's really like Patrick Mahomes. But by the idea of it is doing difficult things and making it look.
So that's like Steph Curry pulling up at the half court and just popping a three like it's
Pre-game, how Steph is by the tunnel and he just chucks that thing up from the tunnel and he makes it and he runs off. I just see a lot of similarities with how Caleb kind of approaches this game. His ease about the game. There's a lot of things that he does, how he throws the ball when he's in there making checks, whatever it may be. There's an ease. It's almost like a calm. He just loves what he's doing. He's having such a blast doing what he's doing. And it reminds me of Steph. And
I don't want to go after you. Kyle, can you take this one? Because that's a hard one to follow after. That's a hard one.
No, I mean, it's not even me. We have some actually breaking news. I don't know if you guys have seen this. The Packers have just tweeted that they have forfeited the whole season on account of how Caleb Williams wears his mouth guard. So, it's just over. They're done. They're completely intimidated. But, Manti, what's funny is that, all anybody's been saying is, oh, my God, it's too much. It's too much. The Mahomes comparison. And then you say, no, not only is it not too much, I'm also going to jump sports and go to not only a great basketball player, an all-time Olympic hero who just saved the country in the Olympics. That's Caleb Williams. I think there's Bear fans, Manti, who would be happy if he winds up being Seth Curry would be enough. But Steph, you're going to raise the hype and double down. Why?
Well, I really like the fact, I really cherish knowing what I've been through mentally and understanding the mental battle that one goes through trying to play this game, especially at the quarterback position. Caleb Williams has been in a spotlight for a long time. And to see, the thing I love about Hard Knocks is not only do you get an inside look at how these guys do things inside the facility, but you kind of get an inside look at how they think. And the thing I want everybody to understand at home is in today's world where social media is everywhere, where everybody wants to hear what other people's opinions are of them and they really grasp onto those opinions. What I really respect about Caleb Williams is he could care less. Mm-hmm. If you listen to the narrative that he speaks to himself when he makes those passes in that game against the Cincinnati Bengals, he had 3 3-and-out drives. Never once did you hear him go to the sideline and say, "Man, Caleb, you suck. Man, Caleb, why can't I make this play? Why can't you make this play?" The narrative and the dialogue that he tells himself is nothing but positivity and a true belief in himself. And if we can have that type of ability, where we have that belief in ourselves amongst so many different opinions out there, I think we'll be in a better place, as a society. So that's a lot of the reason why I like Caleb. That's why a lot of the reason why I compare him to a Steph Curry, because Steph is in that spotlight. He's Mr. Night-Night. He's the greatest shooter of our time and probably ever in the NBA. But he's a guy that, with no matter what the narrative is, he's always going to be true to himself. He's always going to know what his values are. And he's somebody that, your kids could look up to, and I look up to myself. So that's why I like that comparison in so many ways.
Manti's ability to go from this comparison to night-night to how to make society better and some of our kids look up to. I mean, you can just weave in and out of serious.
It's kind of like, how Steph's just weaves.
Here we go again.
They just weaving in there.
So, Kyle, to your point, it's August 73rd, and we're continuing to make NBA comparisons. We have one. Sure. I think we should go around the table. We each picked out an NBA comparison to NFL players. And Akbar, you go first.
All right. First off, good job on that one.
Thank you, brother.
I would go with C.J. Stroud.
Okay.
C.J. Stroud is the equivalent to Anthony Edwards.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Anthony.
not. There it is.
I was going to say, that's not. But yeah, so, you look at just kind of the success, the early success, coming out strong, obviously first round draft picks. Last year we saw Houston beat Cleveland in the playoffs. The Timberwolves, they beat Denver in the playoffs. It's just their game. You got a shooting guard that is lighting up the league. Now, I know he's running off at the mouth, kind of disrespecting, the past and the history of basketball, but he'll come along. Magic Johnson will correct him and get him kind of going in the right path. But both these guys have similarities in the way they play the game, the way they execute, the way they lift and elevate their team. C.J. Stroud is a big deal. He makes that team better. And a lot of people had doubt of him, right? And there was the same kind of doubt coming in about Anthony Edwards as well. And what did they do their first year? Light the league up. So I'm going C.J. Stroud, Anthony Edwards in this comparison.
Very good.
I like it.
Well, you won't believe where I'm going.
Very good equal.
Kyle, I'm going to be shocked.
All right, I'm gonna blow you guys away. I'm gonna go Jalen Brunson and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Do we have pictures of them? Let me see. Do we have it? Do we have it? Yeah! Listen, neither one of these guys were drafted in the first round. They both went on to become stars very quickly, who were wholly embraced by their communities and the attitude of the cities that they play in. It's an absolutely perfect embodiment of toughness over glamour, and it's just absolutely having the fan base fall in love with you. Who likes their player more, New York and Jalen Brunson, or Detroit, Michigan, and Amon-Ra St. Brown? It's a push. I don't even know, but I can't wait to watch these guys for the next 10 years. Who do you guys got?
All right. I have the players that I wake up in the middle of the night for work or just out of, the baby waking me up. And I'm thinking, I can't wait to see what this person's saying today to just bother everybody and to grab headlines and to kind of be a stirrer, a pot stirrer. We had Dion Dawkins on the show last week. We're asking Dion, what's it going to be like playing the Bills? He's like, I'm going to take a Kevin Durant stance and say, I don't care about the Jets. I don't know your guy's wife. I don't know your kids. I don't like you. You're in my division. Kevin Durant's up in the middle of the night sometimes putting statements out on Twitter or X or whatever saying, and I'm like, KD, really? You're just going to have all of your intrusive thoughts out of the internet, and we just get to take it as we wake up with our cup of coffee, say, what did KD do today? That's how I feel about Dion Dawkins sometimes. Dion Dawkins does it on the field. KD, I think, is a little cleaner when he plays, but it's just the constant chatter and just I think these guys like to tee it up for fodder, if you will.
Yeah, KD is a little cincy. Actually, maybe more than a little. He's a little cincy when it comes to social media.
That's all right. It gives us something to talk about.